and welcome to Cruise1st Luxury Collections, where we get to spend more time getting to know the ins and outs of elevated cruise experiences. In this show, it's time to take some amazing princess cruises, enjoying their homely, fun, engaging and hugely popular cruise trips, and enjoying them on the latest additions to their fleet. Now, we'll be enjoying the best of views in this show as well as we take you on an all-balcony special around the world. Coming up, we're sailing on board the stunning and brand new Sun and Star Princesses, enjoying the fabulous array of different choices you can enjoy on board, and we're planning amazing trips for next year in Europe, the Caribbean and beyond. And we've got a cheeky little break this September if you need something sooner, so get ready to pack the cases. And you're always going to have a great time with Princess as well. I hear so many people coming back and saying, you know what, they just had a little bit of everything I liked there, and everyone we had with us just had the greatest times. Wait until you see these ships as well. If you've not been on board the new ones, they are fabulous. So let's do that straight away in our first offer. You and I, a whole hour together, so plenty of time to go into all of the details. And we're going to Athens first for a little bit of a coast retreat, and then the cruise will have a little bit of Corfu, a little bit of Sicily and a little bit of Mallorca as well. We'll be on the Sun Princess and we'll be opening the doors. Fresh air on the balcony. It's 10 nights all told. Starts on the 10th of September, which is not long at all. And we fly you over to Athens first in Greece, and we've got a 3-night stay in a hotel there. And 5-star hotel, is that all right with you? Yeah, very, very nice indeed. It means that you can visit Varvakios, which is the lovely central market there, which is really, really lovely, very bustling. You can also head to Vouliagmeni as well, which is very nice. It's a lake. You can take a dip in there. It's a thermal lake just outside of Athens. There's a couple of ideas for you. And then it is time for us to cruise. We are on the Sun Princess, and we're going to be on board for 7 nights, which is rather nice as well. Remember, we're enjoying a balcony here as well. Of course, the Sun Princess is the brand new Sphere class, which is wonderful. She only launched last year, and we'll be featuring her a lot, along with her new sister that is to come, the Star Princess, in this show. Now, these ships are, honestly, for Princess, they are an evolution and a revolution all at the same time, because you know, with Princess, it's kind of one of those things with cruising that if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because people love their Princess cruising. They love the fact that whichever one of their ships you go on through the fleet, there will be certain restaurants and certain features which will be there right the way through the whole experience for you as well. So certain speciality dining, for instance, is always there for you. Certain entertainment, certain activities. Places like Crooners, for instance. There's a Crooners on a lot of the Princess ships, and they are amazing. You'll find that there's a big variety of places and spaces for you to enjoy, because it's quite nice on a cruise. I think you kind of, your day-to-day changes, I think, from one day to another. There are some days where you're full of energy and you want to do absolutely everything. You want to go and see all of the big shows. You want to get involved in all of the activities. And there are some days where you just want to be a little bit low-key. You just fancy something quiet, little bit of peace, little bit of escape and relaxation. And Princess really are good at finding that lovely balance between the two, because there's a full program available on board. I mean, you can be on the go with certain activities and things that you can get involved with literally all day long if you want to. But if you like that nice, quiet escape, then you can. Of course, we're enjoying a balcony on every single one of the offers that we're talking about in this show. So if you ever want to just retreat back to your stateroom, enjoy a little bit of room service out on the balcony with your book, wonderful. And listen, you know, that experience you can enjoy whether you're on a port day or whether you're on a sea day. It's completely and utterly up to you. I've said to you many times that when I'm on a cruise, quite often I will disappear in the middle of the afternoon and go for a little siesta, and I would certainly recommend it even when you're on a cruise. I think some people feel unnecessarily that they need to be on the go all the time. I don't want to miss out on anything, but you've got plenty of time across that week. And remember, it's a nice balance here between discovering places, enjoying yourself, but more importantly, switching off and letting everything being taken care of for you, because it's a lovely experience. So dive into it. So 7 nights, Cruising out of Piraeus, the port for Athens, we head to Bar in Montenegro first. Now you can take a tour here to the best of Montenegro. You can explore the historic towns here and the lovely coastal scenery. There's Lake Skadar nearby as well, where you can take a visit to there with a panoramic drive. And next we move on to Corfu. Again, there's a best of Corfu tour here with Princess if you want to take that, which will take you to the highlights of the island, including Corfu town and the very famous Palakastritsa and its wonderful beach, which is gorgeous. Messina is next. Now, of course, Mount Etna. She's been busy lately. She's had another little eruption, hasn't she? Well, not so little eruption recently, which can be amazing to see because you will see it from all around. There's Taormina close to there as well, which is lovely. A day at sea, and we're in Palma de Mallorca. The caves of Drac here are really, really nice, but look at that little trolley train there. If you could just get on that and just be taken around and just enjoy the views and a wonderful beach, for me that's enough, to be honest with you. Back into Barcelona, and then we will fly you back to the UK. It's a lovely cruise because, of course, you're enjoying the best of everything while you're on board. You have got your lovely balcony. You've got so much included dining to enjoy, whether you want to go for main dining, which is ever-changing menus, which is really lovely, whether you want something a little bit more casual. You've got the marketplace there, which is really, really lovely, which you can take your pick and choice of. So all of your fabulous meals are included. There is speciality dining if you want to treat yourself to that as well. So many activities and things that you can be getting involved in. And of course, the journey to these amazing places. The price that we've got for you is spectacular, by the way, and does include your flight to Athens, your 3 nights there in a 5-star hotel, which is lovely. Then you're on board Sun Princess for those wonderful seven nights. And it's a lovely itinerary as well. A little bit of Corfu, a little bit of Sicily, Palma de Mallorca as well. And of course, your return flight back from Barcelona as well. Now, listen, if you fancy adding a stay in Barcelona, because of course you're starting the cruise in Athens with a hotel stay and ending it in Barcelona, but if you want to add a stay in Barcelona, again, we can do that for you, no problem whatsoever, as part of your package. So let's take a look at everything that is included, because again, this is one of those lovely elevated experiences. Now, obviously you pay a little bit more to be in a balcony stateroom, but with that comes the freedom, the flexibility, that feeling that actually, yeah, this is really nice. This is really nice first thing in the morning to wake up and have some coffees sent into the cabin and just enjoy them out on the balcony, maybe with your breakfast there as well, if you fancy. And of an evening as well, you know, when you're getting ready, I mean, don't look at each other and be pointing, but you know there's one of you that takes slightly longer than the other to get ready. So maybe you want to enjoy a lovely glass of wine, you know, out on your balcony while you're, you know, waiting for your other half to get ready. It's incredible. It really is. You've got upgrade prices there as well to a Sanctuary mini suite as well, and we'll talk a little bit about those in just a moment as well, because if you do decide to upgrade to one of those, of course, comes lots of perks with that, like the Princess Premier package, for instance, access to the Sanctuary Club, which is kind of exclusive to suite guests, your own private restaurant. That Princess Premier package, by the way, is amazing. I mean, it simply is amazing. It's incredible, in fact. So think about doing that. Of course, if you've got any questions whatsoever, just give our team a call on 0800 953 4701. Right, okay, let's take a look at that Sanctuary as well, actually. So if you're going for the Sanctuary upgrade to, there are deluxe balconies which will come into the Sanctuary collection experience as well. This kind of elevates what we've got on our base offer even more, because this gives you your own lovely retreat space there in the Sanctuary, which is exclusive again to the suite guest there, which is nice. It's just like a little escape, which is just for you. You can still enjoy very much everything that happens across the ship, but you'll have a full drinks package included as well, which is rather nice. And you'll have other perks that go with that as well, Wi-Fi and gratuities. I mean, the Premier Plus package is really, really comprehensive, including every time you go in and out of your suite. If you decide to upgrade to one, you'll be entered into Princess prizes, which is wonderful, which could actually win you a cash prize or some extra perk on board, some onboard spend. It could win you another cruise, which is really quite nice. And it's really nice. The Princess experience, cruising with Princess, is fantastic because, of course, everyone wears these medallions. Of course, yours will be different if you decide to go for the retreat experience, which is just wonderful, that sanctuary upgrade. But everyone wears these kind of electronic chip coins. I forgot to bring mine with me, actually, and you can wear it, or you can, have it around your wrist or whatever. It gets you in and out of the staterooms. You use it to charge in bars and shopping and things like that if you want to. And you can use it in conjunction with the app to have food and drink delivered to the very spot where you are, which I think is quite clever as well. It's a lovely experience. Cruising with Princess is just so easy. If you haven't done it before, it is a luxury experience. Of course, on every one of these offers, we are talking about a balcony, which again is nice. I mean, it just feels right. It feels nice. And the price tags here, I think we've got, are absolutely brilliant. So let's take another. Let's take a luxury voyage through Rome, Santorini and Mykonos. And we're going on board the Sun Princess again on this one in our balcony, 11 nights all told. And this is the 17th of March next year. Again, we're flying you out to Barcelona. Oh no, actually we didn't fly to Barcelona. We flew to Athens last time, didn't we? We ended in Barcelona. So we start this time in Barcelona and we've got a 2-night hotel stay there. Of course, Barcelona has so many different things to offer. It's an amazing city. It's a great place to go out for dinner, just have a little wander around. You never need a plan in Barcelona. Of course, your hotel will be a 5-star hotel because we've got the balcony experience for this offer. And now we're back on board the Sun Princess. Now let's talk about entertainment. Now, entertainment means different things to different people. Sometimes, for instance, let's take O'Malley's. Let's take the entertainment in O'Malley's. O'Malley's is absolutely brilliant. If you've ever seen O'Malley's, the Irish pub, on any of the other Princess ships, on the Sun Princess and the Star Princess, much, much bigger experience. You could be there all night and well into the evening as well. They have live music in there, as you can see. There you go. Cue the live music. Wonderful food. There's other things that happen in there as well. Activities, trivia and karaoke and other things like that. And the concept when it comes to entertainment, actually, of an evening that Princess just does so perfectly is the fact that they almost want you to treat it like a night out. If you take a night out into town, which I'll be honest, I haven't done for a long, long time because it's just hassle to try and arrange, isn't it? There's so many different elements to it. But of course, when you're on a cruise ship, no one's driving. Well, apart from the captain, but we'll let him do his fine work. But you don't have to worry about that. So you don't have to nominate a driver. You don't have to think about how you're going to get home. You don't have to think about, every time you go into a different venue, is there going to be an entry fee and all of that kind of thing? Because there are bars and there are lounges and there are places to be and there are nightclubs. And it's kind of that night out experience as you wander around the ship of an evening. You'll come across different things happening. It might be a live game show happening right in the heart of the atrium. It's quite a nice thing to just sort of stop and watch, which is lovely. There's live music in some places. Like I say, there's karaoke. Yes, of course, you've still got the big theatre shows as well. You've got the casino on board as well, which is, again, just different options to have. And it means also you can come off the clock a little bit as well. You can decide, actually, we haven't got a plan for tonight. You can have a look through the programme. The app has everything you need to know, what's open where, what's happening where, what are the big shopping promotions, what's the cocktail of the day, all of that kind of stuff is all on the app for you to look at. There's shopping, of course, as well. Shopping is great to do on a cruise as well, because actually twofold. One, you might have forgotten something which you can pick up in one of the shops, and two, you might think, oh, hello. Oh, now I've been looking for a new diamond or a new this, that and the other. And what you do is you just walk your other half past the window enough times that by the end of the cruise, that diamond goes from the shop window to where it should be on you. Of course, you've got an amazing spa on board as well. So you might want to take some time to really go and treat yourself and enjoy that. This is the joy of cruising. And remember, you're cruising on a balcony stateroom. So let's go out of Barcelona and let's go down to France first, to Marseille. Now you can take a tour here to the Best of Avignon and the Palace of the Popes here, which is lovely. There's also Aix-en-Provence as well, and Marseille, which is a tour that you can take, which combines two places in one. Genoa is next in Italy. A lot of people here head off to Portofino, which is just the most amazing picturesque coastal town. There's the Cinque Terre nearby, there's Portovenere. Oh my word, you've got lots of choices in this part of Italy. And then of course we go into Civitavecchia, which of course is the port for Rome. A Best of Rome tour will get you to all of the iconic landmarks in one. Or there's an ultimate Rome tour there as well, where you can dive into the Eternal City. Naples is next. The Bay of Naples, of course, Sorrento, Capri. You've got umpteen choices, again, in this part of Italy. Or maybe you want to take a little coastal cruise to Pompeii and Amalfi, which would be lovely. Day at sea, and we're in Santorini. This is the place that everyone is coming to visit right now. Very, very popular port. It's wonderful. You can take a tour to Oya and Fira here, which are the closest towns to the port. There's hot springs nearby as well. Kusadasi next in Turkey, which is very, very nice. Ephesus, of course, the big attraction here. And they're forever making new discoveries at Ephesus as well. There's the ancient Priene as well, which is wonderful. So if you want to look at sort of Roman era history, fantastic. Mykonos is just a picture from one end to the other. It is beautiful. You can see the windmills there. So it's funny, isn't it? You never kind of associate Mykonos with windmills, but yeah, the two go together so beautiful. Little Venice and so much more to enjoy. Come back into Piraeus. And is where we'll end the cruise. So this one starts in Barcelona and ends in Piraeus, which is the port for Athens. And then you'll fly back to the UK from Athens. But of course, if you wanted to add an extra couple of nights in Athens itself, you absolutely can. So actually, again, we've just done an amazing package here for you. You're on a balcony on the new Sun Princess. It still feels like she's brand new, because she is, and you'll be enjoying all of that new wonder all the way around the ship. We fly you out to Barcelona. We put you in a 5-star hotel for 2 nights there, and then you've got your 9 nights of cruising on the Sun Princess in your wonderful balcony. Of course, that cruise ending in Athens, so we include the flight back from there. Here is everything that is included there, and we'll also talk about upgrading the experience as well if you want to, because this is phenomenal, really, if you think about the level of holiday that we're taking here. I mean, 5-star hotel in Barcelona, and listen, we really do know our hotels when it comes to Barcelona. I don't know how many, it's got to be tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people that we are sending to Barcelona on a regular basis. So we really do know the city well. We've taken care of all of that for you, because you know what? We can all plan our own trips to Barcelona, but then you've got to read through all of the reviews. And do you believe the reviews that you read? And you know, we're in this kind of AI world these days, which whatever you look up these days, you think, okay, is that for real? Can I trust that? Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things, isn't it? Now, we mentioned there your option to upgrade as well to the Sanctuary collection on the Sun Princess, and it's worth you looking at what that actually means in terms of an upgrade, because the Sanctuary is that ship within a ship. It is your own private, as the name suggests, sanctuary. Now, the Sanctuary you would have heard of on other Princess ships is an area of the ship where you book a day pass and go and enjoy some quiet time with the other half. Well, on the Sun and the Star Princess, the Sanctuary is a collection. It's kind of like your own enclave, if you like, on board the ship itself. It comes when you upgrade to that experience, whether you go deluxe balcony or whether you go to a suite or a mini suite or beyond. Comes with the Princess Premier package as well, which means that you've got a full premium drinks package, you've got Wi-Fi, you've got tips, you've got premium desserts, you've got extra included dining, you've got so much included in that experience, as well as all of these wonderful hideaway places actually that are exclusive to the Sanctuary collection as well, which I think is really nice. So if you do want to talk to our team about that experience. Again, any questions you have, phone number's always there at the bottom of the screen, 0800 953 4701. Now, listen, it's great walking you through these experiences because they really, really are good. And if you are just happening across us for the first time and you're thinking, okay, well, this cruise business, it looks great, but Cruise1st, I don't know so much about you. Well, we have an amazing heritage that we are very proud of over 25 years.
With 25 years of travel expertise, when booking with Cruise1st, you can be sure that you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We work with all the major cruise lines to bring you the most comprehensive selection of exclusive deals you won't find anywhere else. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. As a fully bonded member of APTA and ATOL Protected, you have the peace of mind that your booking is always safe with us. We make it easy to budget for your dream holiday. With many of our deals, just pay a deposit today and you then have until your due date to pay the balance. Plus, we're one of the highest rated cruise agents on Trustpilot, with over 7,000 independent reviews. This all means that you can be fully confident when booking your next exciting adventure with Cruise1st.
So that's us and who we are, and it's great actually, these shows, and there are more of these Cruise1st Luxury Collection shows, by the way. If you look on our YouTube channel, they'll pop up on the channel every day as well at particular times, but also on our YouTube channel you can look at the other ones as well. And what we try and do on these shows, and it's why they're an hour long, is rather than go through offer after offer after offer rather quickly, is we spend a little bit more time just getting to know the ins and outs of particular ships, particular experiences, and what's included as well. Because when you're spending slightly more considered sums, which I believe are absolutely worthy, you want to know what your money is getting. You want to know that you are getting the absolute best of anything. And of course, if you have any questions, please do call. Remember, that number is free and you'll come through to a dedicated team for this show as well. 0800 953 4701. Anyway, enough yabba. Let's go on another holiday, and this time we are going to Miami Beach and the Caribbean islands in style on the Sun Princess. Again, whoosh, on a balcony. Oh, you do need a balcony if you're in the Caribbean as well. One, there's the views, and two, there's just the amazing fresh air and the experience, the pinch me moments when you're on your balcony having a glass of wine, watching the sunset. And you're like, I can't believe that I'm doing this. I can't believe that I'm lucky enough to be able to do this. It's an amazing experience. And it's something that the brochure never tells you. Now, this is an 11-night trip and it's for the 22nd of January next year, which actually, if you think about it, next year is running towards us very quickly, isn't it? So let's fly you off to Miami, and we're going to have 3 nights in a beach hotel there. Now, if you think about the time of year that this is, we've had quite a good weather year so far, he says, trying to touch wood and can't see any around me, so I just touch my own head. We've actually had not too bad a year weather-wise so far. We might even have a summer yet, you never know. But by January, what's the weather going to be like? And would you rather be on a beach in Miami? And that's why we're enjoying 3 nights in Miami. Now we're back on the Sun Princess. We join her in Fort Lauderdale. We're on board for 7 nights and we're going around the Caribbean. So think about it. You are just going to have the greatest time, and a lot of your time is going to be spent outside, and these ships are great at bringing the outside inside. You see around the atrium there, which is kind of on 3 or 4 levels, you've almost got like, it's almost like amphitheatre seating, so you can see what's going on, because there are things going on in the middle of that atrium as well. It's a performance space. So when you're meeting the captain and the officers and they're doing their welcome to the ship presentation, that's where they'll do it from. When they're doing a big live game show, which they quite often do, rather than putting that in a lounge or a theatre, they'll bring it into the main atrium. Why not? They'll do live music performance there. There'll be other performers in that space as well. And that is the greatest thing. When you're on a cruise, you haven't got to look for the entertainment. You haven't got to go searching. It kind of comes to you. You just wander around the ship. And listen, you might look at the ship footage and you think, oh, I'm not sure if that ship's just a little bit too big for me. Listen, you lose that sense of space when you're on board. You soon navigate very, very easily. Most of the ship, of course, well, not most of the ship, but a fair proportion of the ship is actually staterooms. So if you think about it, all of the things where you're doing is either in the middle of the ship or up high on the decks. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And it really makes the navigation very easy. There's the International Cafe, by the way, and that leads straight into the World Fresh Marketplace, which is your huge and comprehensive buffet as well. Pizza is something that Princess really pride themselves on, by the way. All hours of the day and night, there's something about the pizza on Princess. They have a reputation to uphold and keep, and they do it so amazingly. They really do. There's lots of included dining options, but you've also got lots of specialty dining options as well. So if you want to, across the course of your cruise, because you're on board for 7 nights, you might want, one or two special nights. There's your main dining room there, or one of them, the Horizon's main dining room, which is just lovely. The menus change all of the time. The service is wonderful. But you might fancy something that's just a little bit more elevated from that as well. Something in a smaller venue, which is a little bit more intimate. You've got specialty dining like the Butcher's Block by Dario, which is a lovely new steakhouse experience, which you might not have seen. Well, you haven't seen on other Princess ships as well. They have Makoto Ocean as well, which is wonderful sushi with fish. Japanese restaurant, lots of options. It's wonderful. So let's take our cruise then. We're cruising out of Fort Lauderdale and we go into Princess Keys first, which is the private resort in the Bahamas for Princess. You can take a Stingray encounter here on a lovely tour. You can go on a glass bottom boat cruise there, or just simply enjoy the white powder sand beaches and the lovely feeling of seclusion and really getting away from it all. This is a wonderful way to start your introduction, maybe for the first time into the Caribbean. A day at sea, and we're in San Juan in Puerto Rico. This is lovely because old San Juan is just so charming, but actually you can take a scenic drive and then you're in rainforest. I mean, so diverse are the experiences that you can have here. St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, wherever that photo was taken from, I'd love to just sit there and enjoy the view for the day, wouldn't you? You can go to Magens Bay, you can enjoy a mountaintop tour, you can take a snorkel with turtles. I mean, lots of different excursion opportunities with Princess as well. So don't think that before you go on a cruise like this, you do need to do months and months of homework and buy the guidebooks for each island and this, that, and the other. You don't need to do any of that, because long before you cruise, you'll be offered a list of shore excursion experiences that you can book up and treat yourselves to with Princess if you want to. There's so many resources online. There are so many traveler vlog videos. You literally go to YouTube and say, show me around San Juan, and someone will have been there. And it's probably somebody from a cruise as well, actually, who say, go and do this, go and do that. You can do it all in a day, whatever it might be. There's so much information out there. It is brilliant. So you've got an amazing price here for an amazing holiday. On a balcony, remember, includes your flight to Miami and 3 nights there in a beach hotel, which is just a really nice introduction to, well, it being a lot warmer than it will be at home at that time of the year. And then you've got that 7 nights on the Sun Princess as well. Enjoyed the balcony, of course. I always do that when I open the doors of the balcony. Sometimes they open like that, sometimes they open like that. For me, it's just the experience of letting the fresh air in, even stepping out there. Actually, it might be that you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, the sun's already risen and you're awake and your other half isn't. Quite nice to just sit out there and just have a quiet 10 minutes out on your balcony. It's lovely. You're going, of course, to Princess Keys, to San Juan in Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, and of course then you come back into Fort Lauderdale. The flight back is included as well, and for the package itself, there are other dates from November this year through to next February. So if you're looking at other dates, talk to the team. Price will vary by date. So here's an overview of everything that's included. It's a lovely experience being out in the Caribbean, I have to say, with the islands all having that different flavour, that different character about them as well. They are stunning. If you haven't been out to the Caribbean, I mean, do it in the finest way you possibly can. You might well want to upgrade to a mini suite. We've got the price there for you as well. They also, the Sanctuary experience can also be achieved from a deluxe balcony grade as well. So again, if you want to talk to the team about that, you can. But the mini suite price we've got there is just phenomenal because of all of the extra inclusions you get. That kind of It's like that private members club, really, isn't it? With so much as part of that, your own private restaurant, your lovely sanctuary club, your sun deck, and the full package, which includes drinks and Wi-Fi and everything else. But there's your offer on a balcony at that price on screen. Now, if you are thinking of upgrading to the Sanctuary Collection experience and having that ship within a ship feel, let's take a look at that on the Sun Princess, because this is lovely. And actually, there's not a huge number of these either. I do need to kind of reiterate that. There aren't a huge number of these deluxe balconies and suites that you can take in the Sanctuary Collection. They tend to get booked up very, very quickly. It's funny, the cruise industry is kind of working counterintuitively to what you might think, actually, and people are taking the higher grades because they're wanting that enhanced experience. I think people don't settle for what they used to settle for on holiday. I think people now kind of demand the very best of everything. So if there's an option which gives you a nice big suite with a full drinks package and Wi-Fi and you know, all of these other kind of perks like your own private sun deck and, you know, all of these other things, people are going for that these days. They're saying, you know what, I'm not going to be doing this every year. I'm not going to be doing it 3 times a year. This might be a honeymoon territory. It might be a special treat to say, okay, that's it, work done, that's behind me, or the kids have flown the nest, or something. Life takes us all in different directions. Maybe you've just been, you know, maybe you've just come out the back of a health journey and your whole outlook on life has changed, and you've said to yourself, right, okay, what am I waiting for? You know, it's all out there for me. Then that's why a lot of people are taking these more elevated experiences and saying almost, and listen, it's not for me to give you financial advice or to spend your money in any way, but people are kind of going, you know, to heck with the cost, look at the experience. This is what we're getting. You know, you almost forget the number there and you think about the quality of the experience that you're having. So with that said, let's take another one. This one's really, really nice, actually. This is Scenic Shores, Fine Wines and West Coast Glamour, and this is really nice. And we're going on the even newer Star Princess on this one as well. This is a little teaser of what's to come with the Star Princess as well, because she has not yet launched. She launches in October this year, but she is sister ship to the Sun Princess that we've been looking. So the same class of ship. Remember, the Sun and the Star, they're a brand new class of ship with Princess. So something very, very different. It's wonderful. And they are, honestly, they are such a revolution for this cruise line because, again, they're taking all the best of the ideas. They're keeping those Princess favourites, but they're really adding something to the experience as well. So all of the familiarity you have through the Princess fleet is still there. Those restaurants, those bars, it's just kind of elevating the whole thing really and giving you new choices, which is great. So let's enjoy this then for 10 nights, 25th of September next year. So again, a deposit would secure that for you today. And we fly you first from the UK out to Vancouver in Canada. And we've got 2 nights there in a 5-star hotel. What a wonderful city Vancouver is as well. You can visit the Lookout there, which gives you lovely views across the whole city from over 500 feet from above. There's the Trans-Canada Trail Pavilion, which you can take there, which is a lovely trail along the coastlines. You might want to go whale watching. September's a peak season for spotting the orcas and the humpbacks in Vancouver as well, which is lovely. Now, on board the Star Princess, our first night on the cruise out of our 7 as well, stays in Vancouver, which is lovely. Very, very nice indeed. So this is the second in the lovely Sphere class, like the Sun Princess that we've been looking at so far. They have really nice things to do as well on board that are a little bit kind of sort of thrill attractions as well, which is quite nice. The Seabreeze Roll Glider, for instance, give you a lovely ocean view, and they've got, you know, new takes on the ocean walk kind of thing that you can do as well, which is quite nice. 21 decks and a full wraparound promenade. So if you're thinking, okay, well, while I'm on these ships I can't really, you know, get my exercise, can't get my steps in, you can literally walk right the way around the entire ship. Of course, it's got a fully equipped gym, so if you like to get in your daily steps, you'd like to do a little bit of a workout, so you know, so you can pre-reward yourself for those lovely lavish meals of the evening. Absolutely, it is there for you. We touched briefly on the spa experience earlier too. Of course, like many ships out there these days, full spa service for you. Whether you want to, go and have your hair done for one of the special occasion nights, or whether you want a lovely massage, which is something maybe you don't treat yourself to at home. Here are the amazing specialty dining restaurants for you as well, by the way, like the teppanyaki, Sabatini's, which is a real staple Italian across lots of the Princess fleet. The Crown Grill is on board as well for the most amazing steaks. And of an evening, I mean, the shows are just spectacular. There is so much there for you to enjoy. And all of your favourite bars and places to be on Princess ships, they're still very much part of this new class as well. So if you like crooners, the piano bar, it's there on this ship as well. If you like the wheelhouse bar with that lovely nautical feel, it's there for you as well. Bellini's, very, very popular bar that looks over the piazza, so you can do all the people watching, is really good too. And when it comes to entertainment, yeah, massive shows, of course, in the Princess Theatre, which is really nice. But they've got smaller, more intimate venues as well. Princess Live is brilliant. They do daily wake shows there for you. They do live concerts. They do late night comedy. So of an evening, you've always got lots and lots of different choices, simply beyond going to dinner and going to see a show and then off to bed. You know, there are so many different things that you can be doing. There is that wonderful spa as well, which has lovely thermal suite, as well as all of the treatments that you can enjoy. So we're cruising out of Vancouver, remember, first night on board, and then Victoria in Canada. The amazing Butchart Gardens are lovely to see here. Again, you can go on a whale watching adventure from Victoria as well. As we said before, September, peak season for whale spotting in this part of the world. Couple of days at sea, and we're in San Francisco. Now we're here for an overnight, so 2 full days, which is lovely. So you could take the tour to Alcatraz and Sausalito, which would be very, very nice to do, or Muir Woods and the Golden Gate Bridge. It would be nice to do the Golden Gate Bridge, enjoy the lovely towering redwoods in Muir Woods as well, which is lovely. Of course, we are approaching fall season here, back end of September into October. Nice time of year to see this part of the world. A day at sea, and then we end in Los Angeles, and that's where we'll disembark and come back to the UK. Of course, flight included coming back as well. But you might want to stay for a couple of nights in LA as well if you've never been there before. So on a balcony, I think this is just a lovely holiday. Remember, it's for September next year. So a deposit today will absolutely secure it for you. That's the flight to Vancouver in Canada. And there's a total of 3 nights there. First 2 in a hotel, and the first night of the cruise you'll be in Vancouver in Canada. It's wonderful. Of course, there's lots of experiences you can have out of Vancouver as well. It's the gateway to Alaska and the Rocky Mountains. So there are other things you can do there as well. If you wanted, for instance, to do the Rocky Mountaineer train, talk to us, because we can do that out of Vancouver, no problem whatsoever. But then we take our 7-night cruise on the Star Princess, with your balcony, of course, to Victoria, overnight in San Francisco, and then we end in Los Angeles for the flight back to the UK. But as I say, if you wanted to add a stay in LA, absolutely do that. It is brilliant. A great opportunity to do that. Here is everything that is included in this particular offer. It's wonderful. I think the variety in this, again, is great. I think for those of you who enjoy, the best of everything, there it is for you. You're on a balcony already. If you do want to upgrade that experience, the Sanctuary is amazing, because what you can do is you can balance your upgrade price versus the inclusions that come with that. Obviously a very different type of accommodation with a mini suite, and then all of the perks and the extras that come with that as well. So we're showing you both, so ultimately you have that choice. Either way, we're in a balcony. And listen, if we have this cruise available on the other grades of stateroom that are available as well, so if insides and ocean views are available, absolutely we'll have those packaged up as well here at Cruise1st. What we're looking at here is the balcony experience, and then the option to upgrade to the Sanctuary mini suite. And listen, there are many different suites you can upgrade to beyond that as well if you want to. But we try and keep things simple, but give you that more information in a show like this. What I would say to you is use our concierge team and their knowledge as well. That's a dedicated team to these shows too. 0800 953 4701. It's a free call as well. Now, we mentioned that Sanctuary Mini Suite there as an upgrade. Let's see that in reality, and the Sanctuary experience as well, because it really is all encompassing. Not only does it come with the full Princess Premier package, which is just amazing, fitness classes are included as well with the Princess Premier too. But for me, having more included dining experiences, having the Wi-Fi, having the full premium drinks package as well means that while you're in the Sanctuary itself, you can just feel like a billionaire, and you can enjoy the very best of everything right throughout the whole ship as well. But know that you can have your own kind of, well, Sanctuary is the word, isn't it? It's your place to escape to. It's your wonderful suite lounge, as you can see there. It's the concierge service. So things like booking excursions, answering questions, rather than having to, go down to the main guest services and maybe wait in line there, you've got a concierge service standing by in the Sanctuary for you, as well as a full drinks package and many more perks that come with the Princess Premier package as well. So if you do want to upgrade to that, we're talking about prices for the mini suite. We're offering those as upgrades on these particular offers, but actually they have a deluxe balcony as well, which gets you into the Sanctuary. But of course, they're very, very limited in availability. So always talk to the team. The team are the most important part of this, because they will always unlock the very best dates and the very best deals, and they might know something right now that I don't. So it's always best to get the latest information by calling our team, 0800 953 4701. Right, let's stay sort of in this part of the world, but go in a completely different direction right now, because we're going to LA, but we're also going to Mexico. We're going through the Panama Canal, and we're going to the Caribbean as well. This is on the Star Princess as well. This is 19 nights, and this is for the 2nd of October next year. So it starts by flying to Los Angeles. And this time we've got a 2-night 5-star hotel there. I like the way each offer has kind of followed the next, doesn't it? Because our last offer ended in LA, and we're starting this one in LA. So we're in a 5-star hotel. You've got 2 nights there. You've got loads to do there. Of course, everything you're seeing here. There's Hauser and Wirth Art Gallery there as well, which is very nice. Natural History Museum of Los Angeles is there. There's candlelight concerts that go on at this time of the year as well, which is really nice. Lovely classical music performances maybe in really atmospheric settings. So you've got lots of choices there. And then we're on board Star Princess. But this time, and I think this is the longest cruise so far in this show, 16 fabulous nights. 16 nights. Now that's a cruise. 7 nights is good if it's maybe your first time that you're doing it. But 16 nights is brilliant, because here actually we're having more days of cruising than we really should have for the price tag that we're getting here. And you can see that central piazza there is incredible as a people watching space. And I don't know about you, but it fascinates me. Of course, if you think about where we're cruising out from and going to, we're going to have a real mix of passengers on board. We'll have a lot of Brits, Europeans, people from the States as well. People watching other people on a cruise, for me, is half the entertainment. I almost don't need shows sometimes, because I love just people watching. I love meeting new people as well. It's one of those things that a cruise brochure never says to you, is you're going to meet the most amazing people with lovely travel stories. People will give you ideas of places to go around the world, and they'll give you little tips and hints about the cruise itself. The great thing with this ship, of course, it is so brand new. So everyone is discovering it all at the same time, which I think is brilliant. It's a lovely thing to do. Now, you're seeing just some of the experiences here, including Spellbound, and I don't even want to tell you anything about that. I want you to discover that for yourself. Here's the International Cafe, which is really, really nice. Your buffet offering all of the way through. The International Cafe and the Well Fresh Marketplace, one leads into the other. So you can get your morning coffee and then go through to a massive selection, day and night. Your buffet offering, by the way, is far from a buffet. It's wrong to call it a buffet, really, because it's got the most amazing choices, freshly prepared, which I think is great. Plenty of choice, plenty of places to sit. And you can see, I'm sure, that actually the whole thing about cruising these days, particularly in more kind of sunshine parts of the world, is you want to kind of bring the outside inside. So lots of huge windows, lots of light coming in, lots of that connection to the ocean, because, you know, some cruise lines of the past have all been about sort of closing the outside out and enjoying the experience within, whereas cruising these days is more about having that connection to the ocean and to the outdoors, particularly when you're in good and beautiful sunny parts of the world. This is going to be a great cruise, actually. You know, this could be your first big cruise experience, so enjoy it in the very finest way. 16 nights, enjoying it with a balcony, with lovely room service coming for breakfast. You can do that of an evening as well, by the way, if you fancy dinner out on your balcony. Fantastic, that can be arranged. A couple of days at sea. We're in Cabo San Lucas in Mexico. There's the El Arco cruise that you can take here, or you can take a Mexican outback adventure, riding camels along the coastline. That'd be quite nice to do, wouldn't it? Staying in Mexico, next we are in Mazatlan, and there's a Best of Mazatlan tour here, where you can see the historic sites, take a nice drive along the scenic coastline. Or there's the Golden Zone as well, which is one of the vibrant shopping districts in this part of the world. Love the shopping in Mexico, it's very vibrant. 5 days at sea, we are now in Fuerte Amador. This is Panama. And there's a natives cultural experience that you can have here as well, which takes you into an indigenous community, which will be quite fascinating. Of course, we're on the gateway to the Panama Canal. You'll be taking a full transit through the new locks here, which is wonderful. Often takes a full day. There's live commentary there. It is wonderful. Everyone will be up enjoying the wonderful spectacle of that. Now, of course, we pop out the other end after a day at sea in the Caribbean, and we're in Aruba. And you can take a tour here to Island Highlights and a lovely beach stop, or there's an aloe factory and a lovely beach getaway experience you can have. The final 2 days of the cruise are at sea, which is a nice way to kind of round things off. It means that you've got some time to chill and relax and really appreciate what you've got on offer on the ship itself before you then fly back to the UK. Of course, we end the cruise in Fort Lauderdale and then we'll fly back to the UK. It's an amazing trip. When you see it on a map like that, you're like, my word, I mean, that's really travelling, isn't it? It's lovely. So if you've been looking for a slightly bigger adventure, of course, we can make it even bigger than this as well if you want to. So much included. So flight to LA, 2 nights there in a 5-star hotel. Very nice. I'd like to see the 5-star hotels in LA, actually. 16 nights then on the Star Princess, on your balcony, of course, going to amazing destinations in Mexico, in Panama, doing the full transit through the Panama Canal, and a stop in Aruba in the Caribbean, ending in Fort Lauderdale for that flight back to the UK. Here's the overview of everything that's included. I have to say, the more I talk about this, the more I like the idea. I really like the idea. Parts of the world I haven't seen. Wonderful experience on board. I have had a little taste of the sister ship, the Sun Princess, that's out there right now, and she's stunning and amazing, really, really beautiful. And again, you think about how much money, I mean, quite often, I don't think I've got the figure for the Sun or the Star Princess, but quite often it's in excess of $1 billion per ship to make them happen. That's a lot of money, that's a huge commitment. But that also means you are getting the latest in terms of facilities, even in terms of your staterooms. You think about it, the bathrooms in these wonderful staterooms are incredible. The showers are bright and modern, the bathrooms are wonderful. You're enjoying the latest in boutique cruising experiences. You saw the price there for the mini suite sanctuary upgrade. Let's open the door on that as well and just show you in just a little bit more, because the sanctuary really is, it's kind of like your golden ticket, because you do have these elevated and exclusive spaces to enjoy. Not only a wonderful sanctuary lounge, but the sun deck there with lots of extra perks, and just that feeling of, yeah, next level service kind of says it there, doesn't it? Those real kind of pinch me moments which are exclusive to the Sanctuary collection. And that's if you upgrade to deluxe balcony or beyond into the, I think we gave you a price for the mini suite on this particular offer. You have your own dining restaurant, which is exclusive to the Sanctuary as well. And of course, very much upgraded in terms of the facilities and the offering. While you're on board, you've got the full Princess Premier package, which is well worth you looking up actually, because that's full drinks package, it's Wi-Fi, it's extra dining, it's Princess prizes, it's so many things that ordinarily you would be adding on as separate elements that are included with your Sanctuary Collection experience as well. So again, if you want to know any more, please do talk to the team on 0800 953 4701. They really are incredible. And Princess, again, they are such a loved cruise line. I mean, you only have to think of the Love Boat and the Love Boat experience for those of you that kind of go back. And it's amazing, and they are such a constant, and they are so popular. Cruising around the world as well, whether you want to go to the Far East, whether you want to go wherever you want to go, Princess will be there because they've got a sizable fleet of ships. I want to go back to what feels to me like a late deal kind of opportunity because it comes up in September. This is the Athens Coast Retreat with Corfu, Sicily and Mallorca. So let's rerun the fun on that one. We're going to be on board the Sun Princess for that one. It's 10 nights, goes on the 10th of September if you fancy it this year. And we fly you out to Athens first in Greece. We've got 3 nights there in a 5-star hotel. An amazing city. Amazing city to enjoy, so steeped in history. Of course, you would want to go and, you know, stand underneath the Acropolis and do all of that kind of stuff. Maybe you just want to enjoy the amazing food in Athens and see it. Maybe you've just never been there before. I have to admit, it's still on my list. It was in my short list for this year. Athens and Istanbul. Went for Istanbul this time. Next time it's going to be Athens. But you've got 2 nights there in a 5-star hotel, which is lovely. 3 nights, should I say, before you then cruise on the Sun Princess out of the port in Athens, which is only about 3 or 4 miles from one to the other, which is very simple and easy. And look at this spectacular ship. And I love the fact that actually the Princess ships generally are kind of mid-sized ships. This is a little bit bigger for Princess, but with that comes full volume on so many other things as well. Having a central performance space is something brand new. So you could be watching a show in there. You could be people watching. You could be, you know, part of a live game show. Just being able to move around and have that choice, I think for me is the greatest thing. I am one of those people that if there are only a few choices available, I get very tired of it very soon. I'm kind of like, I'm always looking for that next new thing. And I feel like this is a ship that you could be on, even for that longer cruise that we saw before of 16 nights and still not really discover everything. I also like the fact that when it comes to activities and nighttime things to do, as I said before, it's almost like having that night out in town experience. You are constantly going to find different things. Some are a little bit more low-key, some are very much to the max. I mean, there will be special nights as well where you can get dressed up. There may be themed nights as well that you can get involved with, and I think that's quite nice. Even if you're thinking, oh, actually the thought of doing a white night or a Caribbean night or whatever it might be, oh, it fills you with dread. You know what, when you're on a cruise, you do kind of come out your comfort zone a little bit because you just see the fun that everyone else is happening. You become part of this great big, kind of like new family. And I know that sounds very cliched, but it's so true. You meet new people, you have the greatest time. You feel the energy from the team there as well. The team on board are what makes a cruise. You can have the most beautiful restaurant, and if the service isn't right, it kind of spoils the experience. The team on board, remember, it's their life. They live this day to day. They want you to have the greatest of holidays. They want you to come back again and again and again. So the atmosphere that they create really is something stunning. So far from the beauty of the rooms, the lounges, the theatres, the spaces, it's the team on board that look after you, so there are no kind of dead spots in your day or your holiday. Everything's taken care of. It's almost like you don't need to provide the atmosphere, it is provided all around you, which is wonderful. Let's remind you of the cruise here as well. So we're cruising out the port for Athens into Bar in Montenegro after a day at sea, where you can take a lovely panoramic drive around here. I mean, you just look at the pictures there, look at the wonderful landscape. It's amazing. Lots of different tour opportunities with Princess as well. Then we go to Corfu. Now, a lot of people know Corfu. Maybe you holidayed in Corfu over the years, maybe a place you've been to before. Maybe there's something you want to revisit. There are lots of tours of places you can go or just have a wander around Corfu town. Next, we go to Messina in Sicily. Now, Taormina, which is nearby, is incredible. Messina, Mount Etna, I mean, just stunning. How close you can get at the moment, because I know she has recently erupted again as well. But it's quite spectacular seeing that from a distance, isn't it? Then we have a day at sea into Palma de Mallorca. Again, there's lots to do here. There's Belver Castle, there's Valdemossa. There's a tour that takes in the very best of Palma de Mallorca as well. Again, so lots and lots of different choices. And then we end in Barcelona for the flight back to the UK. It's an amazing offer, I have to say. Again, when you see that on a map as well, when you start in Athens and come across to Barcelona, you know, it's great. There's a lot of territory covered, a lot of different cultures, a lot of different experiences covered there. And every one of them, of course, remember, you're enjoying your fabulous cruise on a balcony, which is amazing as well. So flight to Athens, 3 nights in a 5-star hotel there. Then that lovely Sun Princess cruise for 7 nights. And then the return flight from Barcelona. To remind you of the details and remind you too that you can also add a stay in Barcelona at the end of the package. The great thing about booking with us here at Cruise1st is you can tailor this as you want to. Bear in mind we're ABTA bonded, ATOL protected, over 25 years old, highly rated. If you look at our Trustpilot reviews, we are one of the highest rated cruise travel agents there is on Trustpilot in the UK, and we are very, very proud of that. Worth having a look as well. You know, always worth having a little look at those reviews. Talk to our team about any questions that you've got. If you want to upgrade the experience, remember to the Sanctuary experience with the extra, you know, all the perks that come with a mini suite, like having the mini suite in the first place and everything that entails, but a full drinks package and the exclusive amenities that come with that as well, which we'll remind you of in just a moment. Then again, talk to the team, because actually when you balance one against the other, the value for money is amazing. Upgrading to that Sanctuary experience actually gives you so much more. I mean, so much more. Yes, on all of our base prices, you've got the balcony, but if you did want drinks and Wi-Fi and other perks, obviously that would be something you would need to add as a package. When you upgrade to the Sanctuary collection, actually you get the beyond the regular package for the drinks and Wi-Fi and extra included dining and even the chance to win cruises and cash prizes just simply by getting in and out of your suite or your stateroom. You get your own wonderful suite lounge, which is just exclusive to the Sanctuary collection, sun deck, and so much more. So it's a lovely experience. And listen, what I would say to you is take the experience that is right for you. And I will, you know, tell you without a flicker that personally, I don't receive 1 penny of commission whether you decide to go for the very best price inside cabin on a cruise or whether you decide to go to the highest owner's suite. Not 1 penny of commission comes my way. I'm here to give you the information, and then you as a couple or as a family then make the decision and make the choices as well. Remember, our team can help you with that as well. It's a no obligation call. It's a free call when you call us as well. The number's 0800 953 4701. Listen, I hope you've all learned something from this show. We have many other of these Cruise1st luxury collection shows as well for those slightly more elevated journeys around the world. So look out for those on TV and of course across our YouTube channel as well. If you haven't had a look, you absolutely should. Stay right where you are. I'm sure I'll be back in just a minute.